and welcome to Bandırma, Turkey. This is the Basketball Champions League. We are in regular season action opening week. In fact, it's Group A, and it's Banvit against MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. Well, the action started yesterday, and already in the Basketball Champions League, some eye-opening results. One of those just happened to be a double overtime game. They're at the top. Sidigas Avellino in Group A winning at Nizhny Novgorod. Also, today we'll have Ventspils against Anvil, and Le Mans are playing at UCAM Murcia. Well, Banvit and MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg are part of what you have to say, if you look back at history in this competition, one of the more intriguing groups in the Basketball Champions League. This is a group that's loaded with teams that have long histories, or well, not long histories, but a lot of famous games and results in the competition, including one between themselves, and possibly, well, I would argue, maybe the most famous game ever that people still talk about. The day that Banvit traveled to Ludwigsburg and won a game with a late Jordan Theodore basket. In fact, to get the goal differential they needed to win that tie and advance to the Final Four. Here is the MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg team, obviously much different from that team and last season's team. Who's going to stand out? Well, I really like Aaron Best, the Canada international. He played in this competition in year one with Juventus Utena. Kelvin Martin. Players like that are gone, but in talents come like Aaron Best. There he is. He's a sharpshooter, and he's really distinguished himself, I think, in the World Cup qualifiers, playing in the Americas qualifiers for Canada. John Patrick is still at the helm, obviously, so that helps. And it's a very different-looking Banvit team. Who's going to stand out for this team? Well, Marcus Thornton, Tolga Geçim, a player of Turkey International, Ruud van Onschel, also a Turkey International, Stefan Birchevich now with this team and playing for Ahmet Gürgen. So, you know, this is a Banvit team, you know, new coach. No longer is Sasha Filipovsky here, but Gürgen is at the helm. And, you know, expectations remain high for this team. They lost Gasper Vidmar in the summer. So it is definitely a very different look for Banvit. But Banvit has made a habit of punching above its weight, at least if you consider how they've performed against some of the real giants over the years, not only in Turkey, but also how they've played in this Basketball Champions League. They have established themselves as one of the real Basketball Champions League teams, if you will. When you think of the competition, you think of them. But you also have to say the same thing about MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. Even though they were denied as a club a spot in the Final Four that first season by this Banvit team, and remember, Banvit went on to reach the final before losing to host Tenerife, MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg did the best thing. The very next year, they went through not one, not two, but all three qualifying rounds to make it back into the competition, and then went on an incredible run that got them to the Final Four in Athens. So it was a memorable season, and who knows, maybe they will go one step further this year. You know, every team is different from one year to the next, so it's not, you know, you can't say that this MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg, you know, the players have long memories. Maybe a couple. David McRae, for example, and Walaskowski, and of course Coach John Patrick, but it's like starting anew for them. For Banvit, a passionate fan base. They really do come here in Bandırma and support this team, and this is a fan base that has really grown to love the Basketball Champions League. Maybe Seamus Hazer will step up and become even more influential this season than he was last season. Certainly he was one of my favorite players to watch, one of the youngsters in this team. And Here's Ronchel coming out, the point guard, who's played so well that he's found himself getting call-ups into Turkey's national team. So Banvit, in my opinion, the jury's out. They brought in Stefan Berčević. That's a very interesting signing, a player with a lot of experience, somebody that's played at the Olympics with Serbia. Probably not the best Serbian out there, but nevertheless, a player that has been in the wars and knows how to get after you. They're the coaches, Gergen and Patrick, and obviously, whenever you come to Turkey, they roll out the red carpet. It is a great place to come and watch basketball, and especially here in Bandırma. This is a wonderful, wonderful basketball club, folks. So right now, we're going to have a look coming up here at the referees for today's game, as well as we look at these last bit of warm-ups. You see the referees lining up at midcourt. They don't like to be in the spotlight. They like to fly under the radar. And there's some of those passionate fans that we were talking about. They come to watch basketball, but you'd have to say they also come to make sure they're going to have a good time. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what sports and entertainment is all about. It's about being entertained, and those guys really do entertain themselves, in fact. Now, Marius Chulin from Romania, Igor Mitrovsky from the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, and Ventislav Velikov from Bulgaria are the referees for today's game. And the starting five for Ludwigsburg will be Jordan Crawford, Kareem Yallo, McCray, the veteran, Bogdan Radosevjevic, and Walaskowski. So Patrick, interestingly, going with McCray and Walaskowski in that starting lineup, and you have to say, having those players in there, trying to perhaps establish how he wants this team to play, this to kind of set the tone. So John Patrick, one of the real faces of the Basketball Champions League, coming off a season when he was named Coach of the Year in this competition, and I don't think there's anybody that could argue against that one. He was terrific. For the starting five for Banvit, we'll see Getchim, Berčević, Morgan, Alex Perez, and Thornton, Marcus Thornton. Perez will be taking on the playmaking duties, and it's a strange feeling to be watching this Banvit team without Filipovski marching on the sidelines and without the likes of Gasper Vidmar out there. Now, Ahmet Gergen, interestingly, we got to look at him this summer. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, I'm going to tell you. At the Under-17 World Cup in Argentina, he coached Turkey, their team there. He had some really bright young talents, and clearly he is a coach that knows what he's doing. And Banvit have proven that they know how to go out and make smart decisions in terms of coaching hires and player signings. So this is a very exciting time to watch them. Are they going to start fast? Are they going to struggle? Well, we're about to find out. There's Yallo. Well, hello, everybody. Good evening, or perhaps it's good morning where you are. I don't know. Good afternoon. This is the Basketball Champions League. We're in Bandırma, Turkey, and we're watching the opening game here in this competition for these two teams. It's opening week, and Banvit, wearing the white, turned the ball over immediately. Stefan Birčević throws the ball out of bounds. Somewhat of an inauspicious start for Bandırma. Walaskowski, remember, has that Final Four experience from last year, as well as McRae, who's behind him. Walaskowski sees the shot clock about to expire, so he has to put up a little runner. So Perez brings it up the floor for Banvit. Now Birčević comes up, tries to get the ball, and does, to Marcus Thornton, who gives the bounce pass to Getchim, and then Birčević not able to catch the ball. Jordan Crawford, the point guard, number one. There's McRae from the left, and he puts up an air ball, and Getchim has the rebound. Tolga Getchim, a Turkey international. This is a country that is loaded with basketball players. I mean, to make that national team is quite an accomplishment. But now he slips and turns the ball over. Watch his left foot. Oh, well, that could be dangerous if you come down hard. You know, Kurgan's thinking, what's going on, fellas? Come on. Game has started. We got to play. Radosavljević misses with his first attempt. Now a strong move inside, but Jordan Morgan can't put it down. And now MHP Riesen deliver the bounce pass out of bounds. So each team has a Jordan. Wonder who they're named after. And McRae now comes out. Konstantin Klein has checked into the game, number 7. There's Klein chasing Thornton, and the three-pointer is good from Birčević. It took about 2 minutes and 20 seconds, but finally, Banvit are on the board. Now push has been called. Foul called on Birčević. So Birčević hits the 3, and after catching that pass from Alex Perez, who registers his first assist of the season. And inside, and MHP Riesen get it to Walaskowski. And now a violation as they try to inbound the ball. He stepped over the line, did, I believe, Perez, so that turns it over. So Jordan Morgan, in fact, guilty of the turnover. But now the ball passed right into the hands of Getchim. Perez drives in. Oh, had a good look, but passed it back out to the perimeter. And Walaskowski gets the rebound off the miss from Thornton. Well, big strong move inside by Keelan Martin. So Martin getting his first minutes. Thornton gets it to Getchim. Tell you, Pettis, that last trip down the floor looked like he had a really good shot and passed it out. And now he misses inside. And the follow there by Woliskowski at the right place at the right time. And you're not going to be happy if you're Ahmed Gergen giving away those easy looks inside. Garbage baskets. Another foul called on a little bit of foul called on MHP Riesen's number 35. Long one is good, the three-pointer. So Martin showing some range. And now the pass out of bounds by Crawford. Crawford was credited with that assist on the three-pointer to Martin, and he tries to get something on the break, and they throw it out of bounds. Okay, so that was Yallo who had picked up that foul, excuse me, number 35. Now Getchim drives in with the left hand. Oh! Now pulling up, Martin. And then crashing the boards. And the ball goes out of bounds. Trevor Mbakwe not able to corral it. Good box out by Banvit's Jordan Morgan. Aaron Best now in the game, number 2. He's on the ball. Guarding Marcus Thornton. Birchevich, high arcing shot. Great box out that time by MHP Riesen's Mbakwe. Great technique. Klein hands it off to Hill, and Malcolm Hill has it knocked out of his hands. 7 seconds on the shot clock. It's been an almighty struggle offensively, really for both teams, but especially for Banvit, who have just one shot that's been made, a three-pointer by Birchevich. Mbakwe off the back of the iron. Aaron Best sneaks in there, gets the rebound. Banvit just 1 of 7 from the floor. And MHP Riesen 3 of 9. Make it 4 of 10. The bank is open. I did not think these were banking hours, folks, especially in Bandirma. And Aaron Best called for the foul. Pettis kind of jerked his head up as if to say, I'm going to get this foul. And sure enough, he sold it pretty well. Birchevich tosses it inside. And big bad Jordan Morgan gets his team's second basket and first basket in a long time for like 4 minutes. Now Best weaves his way in. Boy, the silky smooth Aaron Best gets his first 2, and he has also drawn a foul. Yeah, he's pretty tough. I wonder why Pettis kind of backed away from him there at the end. Didn't want to get the foul, but at the end it still ended up being fouled. Perez dribbling, Mexican-American basketball player. And another shot stays out, and just a terrible 7 minutes for Banvit here at the start. Klein, another three, this time just rips the cords. Nothing but net. And that forces Gergen to call a timeout. He needs to settle Banvit down. They look a little out of sync. So a little bit about Perez there as you look at him. 25 years of age, actually was born in San Diego, California, but he has played for Mexico's national team, played at the AmeriCup last year. Okay, so you can see the early shooting woes for Banvit there. 1 of 6 inside the arc and 1 of 3 from deep. Ludwigsburg with 8 rebounds, 5 for Banvit. Here's Perez. Banvit looking to get something going here. Morgan has it. And got Mbakwe on his back. Then Berchevich there gets the rebound, tries to put it up, tries to sneak it up, and unsuccessfully. Now three-point attempt is good. And boy, MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg now capitalizing on this slow start. Now they've brought out that typical John Patrick pressure that his teams always employ. And another miss by Thornton this time, but a foul has been called. I'll tell you what, I would be tempted if I were MHP Riesen not to do anything differently than what you're doing, because right now everything seems to be going your way. Malcolm Hill back in the game, number 21. That's his first foul. Also in the game is Thomas Wilder. He's guarding Perez. Here he is, puts it up, mid-ranger. And Banvit, right now, it's just the hustle that's kind of keeping them in the ball game, because they are struggling. So at the line, Attar, and makes the first one. Seamus Hazer actually not on the roster tonight for Banvit. That was a player that I was looking forward to seeing. Not exactly sure why he is not there. Oh, Attar Almost banked it in. And another three, and MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg up 22-6. And you can see the three-pointers are flying in. Attar! And finally, an easy basket for Banvit. And coach just wants to see him get something going in the hoop. That was Aaron Best who hit the three-pointer for MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg last trip down. Klein bumped. Ruben Angel. That was Attar's dunk. And Getchum takes a breather. Klein whips it. Whips it over to Klein Martin, and he draws the foul. You know, you sort of got the feeling watching both of these teams, just out of sync, maybe a little bit of nerves on both sides, but clearly MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg have found some rhythm, and as the lead has grown, they've found some confidence. They've built some confidence. Christian von Fintel into the game now, number 27 for MHP Riesen. And Patrick has to like what he sees, but he also knows the basketball game, especially in the Basketball Champions League, can turn around very quickly. But both free throws go in. 16-point lead. Perez puts it up, mid-ranger, and misses badly. Aaron Best out to Martin now. It's good. Another three-pointer, and 27-8. And this crowd is having the life sucked out of it. Unschel. Klein almost comes up with steal. Or excuse me, Crawford. Unschel drives in, tries to make the pass. Aaron Best comes up with it. Gets it over to Crawford, and he takes it back outside. Boy, just a nightmare start for Banvit. And foul has been called off the ball. And they have called the foul on Perez. So a foul late in the quarter, and MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg can add to their commanding lead. Bakwa misses the first and the second. Somewhat of a reprieve, but they fail to get the rebound, and Martin gets it for three, and he hits it. Boy, that adds insult to injury right there. That is about as rough a start as I've ever seen in the Basketball Champions League. Banvit just really not at the races right now. 30-8, MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg on top of Banvit after one. Well, don't look, folks, at the Banvit column. It's a horror show. Just 2 of 13 inside there, 1 of 3 from deep, 1 of 2 from the line. Much better for MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg, who actually started a little cold, but then they found their range. The lead started to grow. But you talk about building on last season, but Banvit, purely in terms of playing personnel, can't. When you look back at the players that were there last year and are not there this year, last year they had Adonis Thomas, they had Damian Kulik, the Poland international, Gasper Vidmarsh, Andy Routens. He's played in the NBA with the Knicks. Vidmarsh was Gasper Vidmarsh, excuse me, was a Eurobasket champion with Slovenia. Tony Taylor at point guard. Angelo Calariato was with that team. So, all of those guys are gone. So this is a new Banvit. And clearly, it's going to take some time to settle in for Banvit. For MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg, however, they've had a good start in the German league, and here they are already well on top of a Banvit team that has to be kind of stunned, really. And they're just going to have to dig in and play defense. So 30-8, MHP Riesen on top, and now they get an easy one, and that is not great defense there. Miscommunication. Walaskowski with a layup. 32-8. It goes from bad to worse for Banvit. And now Redvan Unschel doesn't get it across mid-court in the allotted 8 seconds. And that was the breakdown on defense where Walaskowski just snuck in and got a layup. 32-8. I mean, this quite possibly ranks as the fastest start or the biggest lead in a game in the Basketball Champions League ever. And while MHP Riesen have done relatively well, you have to say most of that is attributable to Banvit's poor start. I mean, they've been awful. But Bercevic flies in and gets the rebound. There's Getcham. Gets it, drives in. Much better. That's Banvit. And you can never say a game is over in the Basketball Champions League, in basketball in general, because you got a 24-second shot clock, and you got to keep playing, and anything can happen. But as long as MHP Riesen are drilling jump shots, like especially Martin, who clearly is excellent on that perimeter, it could be a long day for Banvit. Now a turnover, up ahead, and driving in. Missing the layup was Malcolm Hill, but the ball batted back outside to him. A three-pointer from Christian von Fintel, no good, so it goes back over to Banvit. 24 points, the deficit. That's why you hustle down. Bercevic probably could have just grabbed that ball instead of knocking it away. And Unschel, able to get it across midcourt. Morgan turns and scores with a little jump hook. That's better. But it's at this end of the floor where they've got to take care of business. Banvit. And Walaskowski left wide open. So Banvit dodged a bullet there. Unschel and gets it to Bercevic. And boy, that is a foul that Banvit wishes the referees had not called. In fact, they did call the unsportsmanlike, so at least they've got 2 shots and possession. And that was interesting. Jordan Crawford, I was just about to say you have to be careful making that call because they might call it. And in fact, they have. You've got to really make a play on the ball. There seems to be a real concerted effort to free the fast break, as we like to say. Let the beautiful game flow. So this could be an opportunity here. The door could possibly just crack open a little bit for Banvit. Another basket here, a 4-point trip down the floor, maybe a 5-point trip. Onschel drives in. Oh, beautiful play, and he is fouled as well. This is the Banvit that we've been used to seeing over the years. Onschel, much better move. And again, a player who did so well that he earned a place in that Turkish national team. So we know that these players have a lot more that they can give, and you can see how fired up they are. And now the Banvit fans are singing again. Now Patrick is called a timeout. Wants to remind his guys that it's a 40-minute game. See the field goal and free throw shooting. So much better now for Banvit. Still just at 32%, but boy, they were down. Some of the highlights. This is where it has to start, though. I mean, you gotta be able to stop the other team from scoring. I mean, yeah, you want to score, but if you play good defense, maybe get some transition buckets, chip away at that lead. And Onschel makes the free throw, and all of a sudden, it's a 34-16 game. Oh, quick pass, a little bit of pressure. Oh, goodness me. And Onschel fouled Yalo. He clotheslined him, and to Yalo's credit, he's gotten up and hasn't reacted in a bad way because, oh, wow. Well, you can see how it happened. I mean, Onschel bit on the fake and basically pulled him down as he was falling down. He was trying to support himself so he wouldn't have a nasty fall. At first it looked like just almost a dirty play, but I mean, poor Onschel he was worried he was going to get hurt himself. Yalo goes to the line and misses the free throw. And Yalo misses both. And Martin just decides to take matters into his own hand, and can you believe it? They come away with no points on that trip down the floor. So Onschel takes the personal, and now the Ulusoy loses it out of bounds. Well, it looked like Crawford reached in and knocked it away. But possession has been awarded to MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. Wilder. And ball knocked out of bounds. Onschel You know, as dominating as MHP Riesen were, and Onshel comes off the court, replaced by Perez. This game has a long way to go, and the fact that as badly as Banvit played, they're not out of this, not by a long stretch. Wilder goes out of the game. Boy, Klein is just all over the place. Superlative performance on defense from him so far. There's Morgan, gets inside. Oh, he got blocked by Walaskowski, but earns a trip to the free throw line. Watch this. I think Walaskowski, as he came down and blocked it, he possibly got him on the arm a little bit. So he picks up his second foul. Yeah, folks, we've seen it far too many times with Banvit over the years. Different players, but same club. And I don't think you can ever write these guys off, honestly. Morgan misses the first one. He makes the second. So now it's 34-18, a 16-point deficit. Jordan Crawford gets in, passes over to the corner, and they live to tail the tale as Martin missed one. Getcham now. Spin move. Oh, he finds Morgan. He's under there, and he puts it up and in. Well, looky here, folks. It's down to 14 points. This lead. Now the turnover. And here comes Perez. He passes it back. Look at the teamwork. And gets him, crashes hard to the floor as MHP Riesen hustle back to play defense. Got hit by Mbakwe. Look at that. Oh, gosh. So going to the line is Akel, and Medahan Akel makes the first one. If you had given up on this game, say 10 minutes ago, or maybe 8 minutes ago, gone to the kitchen to put a pizza in the oven, or make a kebab or whatever, and then come back just to check it out, you'd be stunned right now. This is a 12-point game. Unbelievable. It truly is a game of runs. And I'm fairly certain that John Patrick is not happy right now over there on the MHP Riesen bench. And a foul called on Perez reaching in. MHP Riesen led by 24 points in this game. 24. Count them. And they have now had that lead halved. So who's going to step up now and make a play for MHP Riesen? Might it be best? Might it be best to go to best? He's in the left corner. Well, Martin gets it. Puts up a little short jumper, a little bit off balance. Oh, and the hammer from Morgan. He threw that down with a little bit of anger. Watch this. Goodness me. Take it easy on that rim. The pass from Marcus Thornton to Jordan Morgan. And this is incredible, folks. I mean, MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg must be stunned. They have awoken a giant.
Hey, we gotta hustle back no matter what. Look, guys, we're up 10. We got in our ass on defense. Okay, on the press breaker. Okay, we got the ball down out of bounds here. Malcolm, we got 2 on for 1.
Nine turnovers for Banvit, 5 now for MHP Riesen. Look at those people. That's what it's all about right there. They can get Morgan going inside. They got him on the fast break. He's shown signs. You know, it just takes some time sometimes to gel as a team, and for this Banvit team in this game anyway, it took about 12 minutes, but they've come to life and they have trimmed that deficit back to 10 points. Well, here comes Getchum again, hands it off. And into Morgan, back to 8 points now. Boy, talk about a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde performance from both of these teams. And MHP Riesen might not get it across. Yes, they do. Mbakwe comes up to help. Crawford. Now Klein. Back to Crawford. Klein puts it up from deep. And Malcolm Hill gets the rebound. He's going to put it up. And Morgan gets the rebound. Now Perez crosses midcourt. And Akel denied as he gets it down low. Great defense that time from Hill and Mbakwe trapping, and Birchevich now comes back into the game. So Akel goes out and replaced by the more experienced Birchevich. And when are they going to score? Well, Best from the right corner. Good! That's what I'm talking about. You got to find Best. And see if that can energize this MHP Riesen team. Crawford hounding Thornton. Now Birchevich. Now Birchevich again. They find Morgan. Morgan forces it, gets it back, puts it up, and draws the foul on Mbakwe. So Bogdan Radosavljevic is back in the game. And Morgan is at the line. His team trailing by 11. Remember, Best just kind of stopped the rot for his team by hitting that corner three-pointer from the right. Morgan makes the first. But misses the second, so it's a 10-point game. Morgan played the game at a high level in NCAA, played at Michigan, played for the Wolverines. Radosavljevic catches it, hands it off. Back to Klein. Radosavljevic and MHP Riesen took a little too much time there. Growing pains early season pains. All the teams have to persevere and go through this. And you can see by the look on Patrick's face, that's what his team is doing. Bircevic for three, off the back of the rim. Into the hands of Crawford. And he gets it to Radosavljevic. And Radosavljevic's pass goes through the hands of Klein. Now Getchim takes it, hands it off. And Attar was going for the dunk, but a foul was called. Get it and go. Here he is. Getchim knows he's got a chance. And while he's unselfish there, making the pass, and maybe that's the right play, but I'd like to go hard to the basket. Getchim. Go up for the dunk and see if you can get three-point play. Oh, that's a nice. Did you see that? Look at that. Is that a great picture or what? It's all about the kids. You know, they got some popcorn there. They're enjoying the action tonight. Getchim misses, but offensive rebound for Banvit. Getchim passes up to three, goes inside, and he's fouled again. Unbelievable. Look at this. Getchim is now possessed. Look at him. So this could end up being a 4-point trip down the floor if he makes this free throw. And who would bet against him missing it and Banvit getting the rebounds the way they just did. What a turnaround. Foul was on Martin, by the way. So he makes the free throw and is back to a 6-point game. So despite trailing by 24 points, they've managed to cut it back to 6 points here in the first half. Klein. Now hands it off to Martin. Now Crawford has it. Shot clock down to 7. Crawford gets in. Over to Klein, wide open. Oh, Perez, does he know he's got somebody behind him? Crawford, Perez. Over to the right is Onshore! Or Ulasoy for the three-pointer. And it's back to 3 points. Mbakwe gets in the lane. The charge has been called. MHP Riesen completely out of sync. Look at Perez. Gets into the lane, passes out to Ulasoy, who is going to drill the three-pointer from the right corner. And then the charge. So Ulasoy makes the three and then draws, gets into good position and gets the charge called on Mbakwe. So timeout, Banvit. They want to set the table here for the end of the first half.
Putting our head down and going into traffic, okay? Just be ready.
So the top scorers, Morgan with 12, Getchim has 6, also with 5.
Look to go thumbs down. If they go under, reuse it. Adams at the 5.
Martin has 13 points and best 9, Klein 6 for MHP Riesen.
1, 2, 3. Here we go. Here we go.
So Ulasoy brings it up. Banvit, incredibly, could tie the game with a three-pointer, having been down by 24 points in this first half. Akyol gets in, scores with the left hand. It's a one-point game. Willisor gets in, knocks it out of bounds. MHP Riesen right now would just like to get to halftime with a lead. And you'd probably not very good odds for that happening. The way this Banvit team has come back. Willisor goes out. And the jump shot no good. And the box out, and Bercevic stands over, and now a little bit of shoving. I think Hill took exception to Bercevic standing over his teammate. Here it is again. There's Woliskowski. And Woliskowski, you could see he got into it with Bercevic underneath the basket. And Woliskowski, he's a pretty scrappy player. He did have his arm kind of draped over the shoulder of Bercevic. So looks like we've got offsetting technicals here. And Woliskowski says he might be willing to say he fouled, but he didn't react in a bad way. But anyway, he's received. In fact, no, the technical foul has been called on Jordan Crawford. And Woliskowski was also called for a foul, but Medahan Akyol was called for a technical foul as well, so the ball will stay down at this end. And Akyol, boy, did you see him sky for that ball off the miss from Jonathan Crawford. He's quite an athlete, Akyol. Morgan inside, spins, turns, puts it up. Goodness me, Banvit have taken the lead. They have trailed by 24 points and they have stormed back. Now Martin for three. And Pedef, terrific hustle to get that ball before it goes out of bounds. Thornton drives in. Well, in the final seconds here of this first half, what a story it's been. Banvit have come all the way back to take the lead. About a 5-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. Pedef pulls up, puts it up from deep, rims out. Akyol gets his hand on it, and the ball goes back over to MHP Riesen. And Woliskowski is going to have to launch it. Do they get off in time? Yes, they do, and he banks it in. The runner from Wilder. What a crazy finish to a crazy Crazy first half. Wow. Tip your hat to Banvit. Some teams might have just folded up their tent and gone home, but they have battled back. They trailed 39-38 at halftime to MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. Those are the numbers. So Banvit now up to 48% inside the arc. They've been getting to the free throw line and doing some damage, 10 of 14. MHP Riesen just 3 of 7 at the charity stripe. And Banvit also out-rebounding MHP Riesen. And look at the assists. 13 for Banvit, 8 for MHP Riesen. So just really an incredible turnaround. That's all you can say. And again, basketball is the type of game, you know, a lot can happen in 40 minutes. Morgan with 14 points, 4 rebounds. Martin has 13 points to lead MHP Riesen. And 2 steals for Peteth, 2 steals for Crawford, but Crawford has 4 turnovers to go with his 3 assists. So that's not a very good assist to turnover ratio. And Morgan, in fact, that's a bad assist to turnover ratio. Morgan with the 14, Getcham 6, Onschel 5. You see Martin is leading the scoring for MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. Let's look back at some of the highlights here in this first half. Well, it started well enough for Banvit. Bircevic hitting this three-pointer, the first 3 points of the ball game. But then it was all MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. Walaskowski got that easy one off the pass from Crawford. Walaskowski snuck in there, got the rebound, and put it back up and in. Yallo took it in. Here's Hunter as he started getting in on the action. That was the second basket for Banvit by Morgan there. And Klein got in on the act. Konstantin Klein. And Wilder found Malcolm Hill for this jumper. And it looked like MHP Riesen were about to just pull away for a huge win. Aaron Best came out, stroked the three-pointer, as he is wont to do. But here came Banvit. Onschel all of a sudden went from getting a grade F to a grade A, started pushing the ball quickly up the floor. Martin showed his stroke from three-point range. Again, where he is 3 of 5 from deep. And at long last, Getcham and Banvit then decided, right, we're going to make a game of this. And they started to come back, and you see Martin again hitting a short jump shot. But Banvit started to get the wind in their sails, and I think it was right after this shot they really started turning it on. Morgan went to work, short jump hook. Then it was Onschel driving right down the lane and getting the foul on Walaskowski. That cut it back to 34-16. And Getcham turned, passed when he was double teamed to Morgan. Klein trying to keep him out. Getcham again, same play, just to make sure you can see all possible angles. Then Banvit had a chance to run. Now watch what happens here. The pass and the jam. a little bit of cowabunga. So he put a hurting on the rim that time, and one more time. Getcham handed it off to Acul, and they got it inside to Morgan, and they just battled all the way back. It was incredible. Ended up taking the lead, and then had possession at the end, but didn't score. Now, Aaron Best kind of stopped the rot. That pushed it actually back up to 11 points, that three-pointer from Aaron Best. So they had not come all the way back yet, Banvit, by this point. But that was Getcham, where he was very effective. After he'd made 1 of 2 at the line, he made that shot, and then Perez passed it over to Ulusoy in the right corner. That cut the deficit to 3 points. And then this was Ulusoy handing it off to Acul, and that was a great move by him. And then Perez gets it to Morgan, and the crowd erupted. This was the last play of the half. Looked like Veliskowski might have chucked it up himself, but he kept his cool, pass to his teammate, and MHP Riesen took a 1-point lead to halftime. So we'll be right back. Well, if you're like me anyway, I'm still scratching my head wondering how we could have witnessed such a first half, a game in which MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg jumped out to a 30-8 lead. They actually went in front by 24 points, but they're up 30-8 at the end of the first quarter. And then Banvit outscored them 30-9 in the second quarter. They came back. They actually took the lead before Wilder hit a shot to put MHP Riesen back in front. So Ulusoy is going to start the second half. Crawford as well. So second half action underway here in Bandirma. It's Banvit trailing by 1 in one of the more remarkable first halves, or perhaps bizarre is better description. And already Perez drives in, scores unmolested with his left hand. Martin hands it off to Walaskowski. Bercevic tries to get a hand in the face. Perez comes down with a rebound. Perez into the corner now. Bercevic over to Perez back. Back to Bercevic. Now Morgan turns, banks it in, no, stays out, and then Bercevic comes in from behind and fouls Hunter. Akel comes back in. This is a type of game that could really set him up well for this season. He's played well since he's come into the game. But he comes back in early here in the second half. Getcham also walking over there. Looks like he's going to be coming into the game as well shortly. Martin gets inside, misses. And Osmani with the rebound. And then the alley-oop pass to Aku. You can see he's a high flyer. They probably practiced those alley-oop passes. Ulusoy, though, threw it out of his reach that time. So Bercevic had to leave the game. Well, 3 fouls. And Ako comes in his place. Now Best gets blocked by Ulusoy, who raises both hands and says, "Are you sure I didn't get all ball?" Look at this. Well, I'll let you be the judge on that. Best makes the first one. 9 points for him. And now he's got 10. I wouldn't think that you would say that MHP Riesen would ever have a go-to man. But if they were going to look for one, he would be the guy. I mean, he needs to get his shots up. So he's got 11 points. There's 2 off Martin's 13. Perez misses from the lane. Walaskowski left wide open. Ball rims out. Now Perez attacks over to Getcham. Ulusoy again inside to Perez, who just puts up a little short jumper right in the lane. Banvit making the extra pass and getting some good shots. Back in front. And now Best goes in, takes the contact from Getcham. Hunter comes out of the game, and in comes Wilder, who hit that runner at the end of the first half that gave the German team the lead. And a rare miss at the free throw line for Best. Second one is good, however. Getcham bounce pass. Got away from Morgan, then he got it back. Akil kept it alive. Ulusoy then chases it down. Getcham hands it off to Morgan and banks it in and draws the foul from Best. Well, they just look a completely different team than the one that started this game, the first 12 minutes. So Morgan having himself a nice game. He's now got 16 points. That's a game high. Make it 17, and it's the biggest lead of the game for Banvit. They rejoined. They actually started with the Berchevitz three-pointer, so they've equaled their biggest lead. Well, they had Wilder backdoor, but he passes it back out to Malcolm Hill. Misses from three. And Perez gets the contact, absorbs it, and draws the foul, goes to the line. That's a nice burst of speed. And Perez sinks the free throw. And the second one is good as well. So now they have their biggest lead of the game, 5 points. And now the turnover. See that Patrick was trying to say, he thought, oh, and now the drive and the swat. Unschel rejected. Malcolm Hill drives in and he draws the contact from Akil. So Hill goes to the line, tries to help bring the feel-good factor back for MHP Riesen. Patrick chewing his gum, telling Kareem Yallo he's got to hustle back on defense after the made free throw. Now some full court pressure. Thornton. Gets it over just in time. Pulls up for three, Thornton. Watch this. Oh yeah, that should be Banvit ball. And Morgan takes the inbounds over to Ulusoy. And then Ulusoy just carelessly loses control, goes out of bounds. I'll tell you one of the more telling things in this game, when Banvit were down by 24 points, Coach Gergen never really changed his demeanor. I mean, he never lost his composure, his poise, and perhaps that benefited his team. Short jump shot, no good from Mbakwe. So MHP Riesen kind of lost their offense rhythm, and Morgan goes in and tries to get the ball back after missing from short range, and commits the foul. Good job by Mbakwe to go up and get that ball. So Mbakwe goes back to the line. Sinks the first one. Actually finished his college career. He's 29 years of age, finished his college days at Minnesota. He started at Marquette and went to Miami-Dade. And he's been around Mbakwe in Europe, journeyman with Virtus Roma, then went to Germany with Brose Baskets, another team in the Basketball Champions League this season. Onshul gets in the lane, gets it back to Akil. The MHP Riesen defense becoming a little more active, forcing some tougher shots. And now this type of game favors them. And Wilder commits the foul. And you just feel the momentum shifting back to MHP Riesen. Well, that's a tough call on Banvit. Well, I guess Onshul did kind of lean in a little bit, and they called him for his third foul. Wilder makes the first. Yeah, back to Mbakwe. He played for Virtus Roma, Brose Baskets, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Zenit St. Petersburg, Fiat Torino last season in Italy, and now he's back in Germany. So Thornton takes a seat. Perez. You gotta hurry. Onshul gets it over. Now that opens it up, and Morgan puts it up and in, and that's the one problem with applying that full court pressure, is sometimes it leads to fast breaks. And the bump, and Yallo is going to go to the free throw line. So Yallo, who's on loan from Bayern Munich. Actually, unsportsmanlike has been called. Best goes to the free throw line. Actually, no, it's a Banvit, a technical foul, complaining. So that free throw ties it. So they're complaining about the foul, and now Yallo is going to the line. So he makes the first one. This makes one of two. Onshul takes it in, then back out. Perez takes the jumper. Now Wilder has it for MHP Riesen, and they miss in transition, and it triggers a break. And look out for Morgan, who went up for the dunk and was fouled by Yallo. So he will go to the line. So that was Wilder missing at that end. And there was no doubt about the foul. And Morgan misses. He's been to the line a lot today. Now 3 of 5 after that miss. 3 of 6, excuse me. Now 4 of 7. And as a team, Banvit with 13 of 18. 14 of 19 after this mix. 73.68%. Some full court pressure from Banvit. MHP Riesen also now 14 of 20 at the line. It's Wilder. And Wilder and Bakwe came in. Looked like he might have gotten away with a push on the rebound. Oncho. Morgan misses. And now he gets it again, puts it up, and gets it to go. Boy, he's going to have a big number today after this game. Beneficiary there of the extra hustle from Akil. Look at Akil there, raise both hands. Morgan should be the first person he should go up to is Akil to say, excellent second effort there. Because he ended up getting the ball back. So 22 points, make it 23 for Morgan. And we still got 13 and a half minutes to go in the game. Best bounce pass, just a little bit behind Mbakwe. Perez. Now to Morgan. And Morgan goes in. Good D. And Morgan gets it back again, and this time a foul called on Mbakwe. So 2 free throws were awarded. Wait a minute, they called a technical. Yes, they have. They called a bench technical. So that's why Oncha went to the line and made it. And now Morgan is at the line and makes the first. So bench technical on MHP Riesen. Somebody said something. And the second one has been made. So with 2:49 remaining in the third quarter, Banvit go back in front by 4. Crawford hands it off to Yallo. Now Crawford puts it up and drills it. About a step behind the line. Unschel brings it up and hands it off to Perez. Perez gets in the paint, puts it up. Well, that was a tough shot. Nice play by Perez. And now the reach and the turnover. Ulusoy on the break. Will he take it all the way? Yes, he does. Excellent decision. And Banvit continue to impress here. They wobbled a little bit. It was a big sequence when the technical foul was called on the bench of MHP Riesen. So it's shooting for both teams. And here's for Banvit. You know, the one thing about Ludwigsburg, about Ludwigsburg is you've got a team that in the cup round of 16 over the weekend in Germany, they lost a 16-point third quarter lead as well on the road, and ended up falling to Patrick's former team that used to coach Göttingen 72-65. They were outscored 30-10 in the fourth quarter. And now the pass into the hands of Ulusoy. And he, oh, look at that. What a finish! Goodness me! They are attacking with vim and vigor. And now Martin goes up. And they are going to tell Mr. Martin he's got to go to the line if he wants to score here. Good hard foul. Martin picks himself up and goes to the stripe. Osmani was not going to have any of it, as well as Akio. Martin misses the first one, so the foul was called on Osmani. Second one is good as well. And now Unschel again drives in, scores with the layup, and the lead now 9. And Crawford loses it, loses control. And Volskowski reaches in, knocks it out of bounds, but MHP Riesen looking decidedly second best right now. Unschel, you know, and Ulusoy being very aggressive, going hard to the basket. Now the ball turned over. So we're in the final minute of the third quarter. MHP Riesen with a lot of work to do, down 9. Volskowski puts it up from 3. Just what the doctor ordered. So Volskowski cuts it back to 6. Thornton on the other end. Ulusoy gets it back, gives it to Akil. Great block by Martin, but a foul has been called. And Martin got him with a body. Monty takes his time, makes the first one. Second one, however, no good. So 9-second differential in the game clock. Klein hits it from deep. Back-to-back threes. And Woliskowski getting into it again down low. I think with Akil. You saw the stare. Watch this. We got into it with Ulusoy that time. They've got 8.8 seconds to get it up the floor. Ulusoy gets into the lane, passes it back out to Thornton. Good! The three-pointer. That's a big shot. Gives a little bit more momentum back to Banvit as they head over to the bench for the team talk here before the start of the fourth quarter. 68-61, Banvit lead it, 10 minutes remaining. Well, the three-point shot has been huge for MHP Riesen, 10 of 22, as you can see, and it's helped them stay in the game because Banvit are 20 of 43 inside the arc, just 3 of 9 from deep. Meanwhile, both teams getting to the line frequently. So that's the score, 68-61. 3 quarters have been played. Okay, so Martin back to Crawford. Logging a lot of minutes tonight. Here he is, gets in the lane, looks it off, and good defense from Akil. Goes up and denies Crawford, who then almost comes up with a steal. Perez has it, however. Now Perez for 3, and Akil again keeps it alive. Crawford steps up for 3 and hits it. Thornton Powerful move for him, driving in, scoring with the left hand. And the ball goes out of bounds. Perez drives in, gets it to Akil. Morgan crashes the boards, and Martin able to collect the ball and pass it back in bounds. Oh, what a play, what a drive. Jordan Crawford trying to take the game over now for MHP Riesen. Perez has it. Gets inside. Oh, he has a strong move and scores with Walaskowski bearing down on him. And now the steal. And Banvit try to press home the advantage. Thornton. Then his pass intercepted by Crawford, who seems to be everywhere. He puts up a three. And the long rebound. Now it's going to be Martin. But he misses. And Perez grabs the board. Long way to go in this one. 6 points, the lead for Banvit. Perez. Boy, he looks like a different player now, doesn't he? Seems to have found his rhythm. Martin, oh, strong move, but doesn't finish. Thornton has his pass batted away, but then Perez is able to knock it over to Akil. Ulusoy hands it to Morgan. Thornton chases it down. Alley-oop pass to Akil. Well, they're really trying to get him those alley-oops. And his energy, his length, his athleticism, and tenacity, it's what's keeping Akil out there. I mean, he's been terrific today.
We can't just play one-on-one. Look, it's a 10-point game. There's almost 7 minutes left. We gotta play as a team and keep moving. All right? Jordan, you're in. Aaron, you're in. You're in at the 4. Chris, you're in at the 3. Trevor's in at the 5. We got 0 team fouls.
5 sides. 5 sides on this. 5 sides.
25 points for Morgan. 7 rebounds. You know, going back to Akil, he's only 22 years of age. So he's got a lot of upside. He's played with Turkey's youth teams. 2014 at the Under-18 European Championship. And then 2 years ago at the Under-20 European Championship. Helped Turkey finish 3rd in that competition. There he is with the alley-oop. Or was that the putback? Anyway, Best. And despite the play by Crawford, MHP Riesen down by 10. He's been tough in this quarter. Good hustle over there by MHP Riesen's Von Fintel. Now Best pulls up, and Von Fintel gets the rebound. Birchevich has checked back into the game meanwhile. Crawford, the former Bowling Green star, now over to Yallo, misses. Another rebound for Von Fintel. And because the ball did not touch the rim, the shot clock didn't reset, and it's a violation. Thornton gets it over to Morgan. Crawford down on the ground. They're hustling. Yallo gets it. Then his pass batted away. Here's Unschel. Drives in. Doesn't finish. Great hustle back by Best to put the pressure on him. Crawford whips it over to Best. Now the well starting to run dry here for the visitors. And boy, what a catch and shot from Birchevich. Look at this. Catches it, just turns. He was way out and still made a layup. And now it's a 12-point advantage for Banvit. Von Fintel steps in, hits a badly needed jumper. And now an unsportsmanlike foul has been called. Well, Ahmed Gergen keeping his composure. Watch this at the end. Oh, on Birchevich. A clear push. Now, Birchevich seems to have had a tough time today. He reacted badly to Walaskowski in the first half, you'll remember, when he was being pulled down. And there took exception to some additional contact. And that's a costly foul. Because not only is it 2 shots, but they had possession, Banvit. So that is a very, very poor sequence by Birchevich. And Yallo is heading back to the bench. So they keep possession. Just 21 years of age, Kareem Yallo. So he's still developing. And Bayern Munich wanting him to get out and get some minutes, which is what he's getting right now. So McCray inbounds the ball. Haven't seen much of McCray today. Long jump shot off the back of the iron, and Perez with the rebound. 4.5 minutes to go. Can Banvit seal the deal? Perez with a little runner and banks it in. Boy, his game has been transformed in this fourth quarter. He's just playing with so much more confidence. Martin puts it up from deep. And Thornton collects the rebound. Achiel posting up. Von Fintel gets in. They're going to call a charge. He raised his left elbow. And that is the correct call. Watch this. His left elbow, left arm, bam. Caught Van Fintel. Well, Van Fintel's done a good job since he's come into the game. Morgan takes a seat. Osmani back into the game. Skowski, guarded by Osmani. Crawford whips it to McCray. Now Van Fintel takes a crazy shot. Oh, and he hits it. He had no option but to put it up. Shot clock was about to expire. And boy, that was a badly needed jumper for MHP Riesen. Perez again. Akio, ever so active. Watch the rebounding here. Akio goes up. Well, I think both, perhaps a little bit of over dramatizing there by Akio. Plus he got the foul. I think he's complaining that when Walaskowski rebounded, he locked him up. So no free throws. 14 on the shot clock. And the clock not the enemy yet for MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg, but it's about to be. So here was Van Fintel's incredible shot. And just to clarify what's happened at the other end, they called the foul on Walaskowski. And they say he was shooting, so they're going to give him 2 free throws. Akio. So timeout on the floor. Points in the paint. That is an astonishing statistic. 50 for Banvit, 14 for MHP Riesen. And also fast breaks. You know that MHP Riesen like to get out on the break, but MHP Riesen have not been the best team in the open floor today. It has been this team right here, Banvit. Crawford scoring with that reverse, but here is Perez going to the other end. And now Akio is going to the line. This would go down. Also now 2 free throws have not been awarded. They've taken it away. Initially the official scores were saying that it was 2 free throws. So they inbound the ball. Meanwhile, Akio's out of the game, and that Thornton was out of control, and that turns it over. So Walaskowski once again taking one for the team. Akio now coming back into the game. So they need him in there for his energy. And Morgan takes a seat. McCray gets it over to Walaskowski. Crawford pump fake. Over to Hill for 3. And that was certainly Akil doing a decent job. And Onshul back in the game now, doing the ball handling duties. Back to Akil, who drives in. Beautiful shot by him, and the lead goes back to 11. Walaskowski puts up a 3. And Onshul, and now Akil back to Thornton. Well, they're not going to take any time off the clock with the early shot, and that gets the ball right back over to MHP Riesen. Crawford behind, through the legs, pass to Von Fintel. And with 1:40 remaining now, the clock is definitely the enemy of MHP Riesen, who seem to have lost their way offensively. (11 of 31 from three-point range. No three-pointers this quarter for Banvit, but who cares when you're outscoring the opposition the way they have in the paint. Thornton, bounce pass, and Osmani gets in on the act. Crawford off the back of the iron. Ball goes out of bounds. Well, if this Banvit team ends up holding on, and it looks like they will, this is going to go down as a famous win for them. I mean, they were being run out of the gym in the first quarter and the early part of the second quarter, trailing by 24 points. Yet they turned it around with an incredible second quarter when they outscored MHP Riesen 30-9. Went to halftime trailing by 1. And they've just been on top in the second half ever since. So 15-second chance points for Banvit, 8 for MHP Riesen. (15 points for turnovers for Banvit, 13 for MHP Riesen. And the interesting thing also, you know, MHP Riesen came out and they were beating Banvit physically. I mean, they were beating them in every way imaginable. But at the end of the, you know, when this game ends, you know, this Banvit team is going to be proud of its how it really got after MHP Riesen. Right now, they've out-rebounded MHP Riesen 47-35. And Akil has been a big part of that. He's got 5 rebounds to go with his 8 points. And they've had everybody contributing in that department. Morgan with 8 rebounds and the game high 25 points. Osmani hits a 3, and that adds a little bit of insult to MHP Riesen. So this MHP Riesen team, it looks like they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. And Martin gets inside and scores, and will go to the line as well. Ulusoy, his play today was excellent. Came in and really gave the team a spark with his intensity, his defense. That was Osmani's 3 that we just saw. They're bouncing for joy, jumping for joy in the stands. And the question is for MHP Riesen, you know, what is this going to do for them in their season? It's only one game. Morgan gets it inside, goes to 27 points. Now the reach from Osmani, knocks away from Jordan, but McCray there to pick the ball up. So it's not going to make for pleasant viewing for MHP Riesen fans, and certainly I would think Coach Patrick, as he goes back and looks at the game tape, he might just skip over the first quarter and go to town with his players on what happened after, because they have been on the receiving end really for the last 3 quarters. Banvit shooting 49% from the floor, 76% at the line. MHP Riesen 37%. And you never know how tiebreakers will go. I mean, it could be that goal differential could be a big part of determining who advances to the playoffs, who doesn't. There were teams last year that lost out on goal differential from going to the playoffs. So MHP Riesen want to make sure they play this to the very end. Right now they're down by 13 points, and they want to cut into this deficit if they can. And likewise, Banvit would love to have a 13-point lead, if not more, by the end of this game. Grucevic has checked back into the game. Oncho. Ulasoy. And then he was fouled. MHP Riesen with a lot to give. 3 more to give. And Woloskowski is going to take a seat after that foul. He is fouled out of the game. And now Martin commits a foul. So another foul, and the next one will put Banvit on the line. There's 16.5 seconds to go in the game. Morgan puts it up, and MHP Riesen will have the last attempt. Yallo gets it back over to Crawford. Now McCray, and Martin puts up the 3. It's no good. And that's how it finishes, folks. 89-76. Banvit improbably have come back from a 24-point deficit in the first half and just pressed home the advantage the rest of the way. They win it by 13 to get their Basketball Champions League season off to a winning start. So the final shooting statistics there in front of you. Banvit ended up shooting 51% from the floor and thoroughly dominated. Also on the glass, 48 rebounds to 36. Look at the assists, 8 more for Banvit. MHP Riesen with the 19 turnovers, 18 for Banvit. Scoring-wise, Morgan 27 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists for Perez. Martin had the 17 points and 6 rebounds for MHP Riesen. Crawford turned it over 6 times, but he was trying to make things happen. And those are the top scorers for both teams. Well, as you see Perez go and greet the fans, take some selfies with them. It's a big part of it here at Banvit. You got to bond, got to connect with the fans, and they'll love you for that. And just a great start to the Basketball Champions League season for this Banvit team. Well, you won't say a great start in terms of that first quarter, but in terms of the game, they've come and they've pretty much shown everybody that you better not think that you can beat them by getting on top of them after the first quarter. They came out and played hard. They got back in the game, and they were better today against MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. So here's some of the second half highlights. And just the whole cast of characters, really. I mean, there were a lot of people contributing to this win for Banvit. Looking ahead to next week for these two teams. You're going to have Banvit will be at home again in Banderma to MSB, Le Mans, Sarth. And MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg are going to be at home at the MHP Arena to Citygas Avellino. So there aren't going to be any weeks off for these teams. And Banvit will be feeling very good going into their domestic league action this weekend. And MHP Riesen, meanwhile, are going to be looking to bounce back. They'll be looking to bounce back from a disappointment here in Turkey. Just again, Jordan Morgan finished with 27 points, 8 rebounds for Banvit. And the only other player in double figures was Alex Perez, who had the 14 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. But they had terrific play from the likes of Medahan Akyel, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, steal and a block. Rudvan Onchel had 8 points, 5 assists. He was important in that comeback in the first half. Thornton again across the board contributions, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a couple of steals. And Ulusoy, how exciting he was, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. So a lot of contributors for this Banvit team. And they finish, once again, 89-76 winners over MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. Thanks for watching.